I have this reputation for being late, but I'm always here. I don't understand how.
Yeah, no one ever said you're not here. You just said that you're late.
I'm not late either.
Like you saying, oh yeah, I'm not. Everyone always says that I'm late, but I'm always here. Like those are two different things.
I'm here and I'm always on time. In fact, I'm always waiting for you guys.
Tonight's rundown: Bill Cosby. We talking Cosby on the show, and his near future. Beyonce makes the show for the first time in a while. Kevin Hart and Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones has some words for him, and also for one Katt Williams. Jermaine Dupri, he's still out here. Jermaine Dupri has quite the roster when it comes to exes. Like his rival's Nick Cannon's, because didn't he have Mariah for a little bit? Wasn't he with Mariah?
Janet Jackson.
He was with Janet Jackson. I know. Wasn't he with Mariah too?
No, he just produced music for Mariah.
He was with Mariah for a little bit.
I thought he was. And of course, we know he was with Bow Wow, but that has now ended, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And Maroon 5 headlines the Super Bowl. People aren't happy about it.
I was wondering, when I saw Maroon 5 on the list, I was like, for what?
For why? Like, why? My wife is excited. She loves Maroon 5 for some reason. All right, all that tonight, 10 p.m. Also is National One Hit Wonder Day. We're going to have more on that a little bit later in the show. Let's kick it off to my main man, Dex. What up, bro?
Dexter Stuckey here. So excited to be here with you guys today. So look, if you guys listen to the podcast, which comes out on Wednesday, you might have missed this. But if you guys are watching live tomorrow, there's another podcast that I'm part of. It's called Patty and the Millennials. We are having a live podcast taping tomorrow at Warm Daddy's at 5 o'clock. So if you guys are available after work tomorrow, swing over to Warm Daddy's and check out Patty and the Millennials live.
Amen.
And get some of that cornbread there because it is amazing.
The cornbread is really good.
It really is.
What kind of what they put in that cornbread?
Like heaven.
It's called Warm Daddies.
Warm Daddies, yeah.
And bring it out in like a little skillet. It has like it's really good. But anyway, I'm sorry not to be fat.
I don't know how. Okay. Tyler, God, what up?
Oh, I'm good. I'm like a little sleepy today, so I gotta kind of wake up. So guys, you gotta make sure you're extra funny today, because if you're not, I'll be here sleeping.
I appreciate the extra because, you know, by default, I guess. I like to think we're funny. Mildly. Bill, what up?
I'm in the land of the living.
Are you
so extra?
Are you dressed like me? What's happening?
Or maybe you're dressed like me.
I was on the show first, though. You just hopped on.
Connection is on point this week. Will, I will say though that I had some people come up to me and verbally assault me because your connection was so terrible last week. So I think you need to apologize to the viewers who sat through the show last week with your
you definitely owe them an apology.
Here's what I am going to apologize. However, I'm not apologizing because it's something I've done. What if y'all want it real good, y'all need to call Comcast and lay them out like I do.
Lay out Comcast.
Comcast seems to work for everyone else.
That's what needs to happen. Because Comcast is nasty.
Did you lay them out?
Oh, y'all, listen. I've been on. The spirit of layout has been so heavy on me that I've just been just laying people out because I've been gone for 3 months, and so they just needed to be laid out. Just needed it. So
did you pull the Army card?
Oh, like you've never believed. I've been out there talking about. I've been. Wait. I tell y'all that later.
Wait. I know how you gonna lie. You come on. Like your whole job is supposed to be holy. All right, Bro Talk, always on the mark. The best show on the internet. Dex, thanks for texting and causing the ding. Appreciate it.
Well, turn your stuff off.
Don't be shady.
I know, right? No, I agree with that. It's not you, Jason.
All right, let's go to the first topic. What are your thoughts on Cosby's sentence? Dex earlier this past week. Dex, why you gasping?
Why you have to go to me first?
I'm not going to you first. I'm just bringing up something that you put on Instagram that you thought I didn't see. But I saw it, and I screenshotted it because I knew when I saw it, I said, I'm going to use this for the damn show. Dex put this on Instagram. If Bill Cosby is sent to jail at 81, I genuinely don't think I'll be able to sleep. I understand justice, but throwing someone in jail at 81 is insane in my opinion. So this was a couple of days ago. Comes out today. Cosby has been sentenced to 3 to 10 years for sex assault, apparently, is what Bro Talk Live put on the Instagram page. Not sexual, but just sex. Shout out to the social media team over Bro Talk.
Sex assault.
First off, they had, in the defense of the Bro Talk Live media team, they had multiple posts. It's not their fault that you chose that one. And also, I think other people might be on that team. They could have fixed it. Some people.
It's not a one-man team?
I'm just saying this for whoever posted that. You know?
Oh, okay.
Shout out to the team. And
this is a nasty conversation, baby.
Sex assault.
So Dex tweeted that, and then Bill Cosby was read this by the judge at his sentencing. To hear voices from the past, your past, Mr. Cosby, this happened to me, saying this happened to me 6 times. Those voices said over and over again over time, and it was a valuable piece used by the jury in determining your guilt. I hear your attorney's argument that you are old, but some might say you were old back then. A powerful light has been shed on your behavior. That was a nasty little statement, wasn't it?
Nasty?
A really nasty judge.
People were also petitioning for the Hollywood Walk of Fame to get rid of Bill Cosby's star.
All right.
And this is the statement that they gave. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is a historical record of entertainment figures, past and present. Once installed, the stars become part of the historic fabric of the Walk of Fame and in a designated historical, cultural landmark and are intended to be permanent. The stars only commemorate the recipient's professional accomplishments. It is regrettable when the personal lives of inductees do not measure up to the public standards and expectations. However, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce does not remove stars from the Walk of Fame, which is why Donald Trump continues to have a star when he also had several sexual assaults, allegations levied against him.
Sexual assault.
Sex assault. Allegations against him. All right, so what are your thoughts on Cosby's sentence? Dex, do you still feel the same way now that the judge has said, look, you was old back then, you old now, it doesn't matter?
It ain't changing over here.
You loyal?
It's not changing over here. But I will say, though, that one of the things I saw a lot on social media today was that people are viewing this sentencing as a victory for the Me Too movement. I totally respect that. I respect the movement. I respect what they're trying to get out. So, like, I won't say anything to, like, disregard them and their feelings. However, I do think the jokes, though, like, I've seen like, so many jokes about the situation. I think if we're being realistic here, like, stuff like that has to stop, too, because the same people who are laughing and posting these jokes, you have no idea who on your timeline has been sexually assaulted. You have no idea on your timeline how people are feeling about this and how it affects them. And I just think a little bit of sensitivity is like truly like needed right now. And I think there are a lot of people who held Bill Cosby at a really like, you know, high standard or high regard or whatever. And I think those people deserve like a little bit of sympathy too. Like, yes, Bill Cosby did something wrong according to our justice system. Like he's doing the time for what he did wrong. But there are people who are having a hard time grasping it. And I think they deserve a little bit of respect too.
Ty, how do you feel about Cosby going to jail? Do you feel like this is kind of like a death knell, a death sentence for him in a way?
I think it is. I think that Bill Cosby will be dead within the year.
Are you saddened by that?
Yeah, because yeah. But I also, I kind of sat back and I was thinking about, because at first I was kind of annoyed by the whole Bill Cosby thing with everything that's going on. But then I kind of thought about like all the things that Bill Cosby has been doing professionally, all the speaking he's been doing, as much as he's been on TV. It must be hard. And I've kind of thought about victims, like how hard it must be to see him in those positions all the time, knowing that he had done those things to you. So I just kind of just sit back. I do feel bad that he's an old person going to jail after all these years. I don't know if that was necessarily the best move. However, I do also feel for the victim because it's been a long time, and it must be hard to watch someone who did that to you and is like in this powerful position. So it's kind of a difficult position for me to be in because I've looked up to and admired Bill Cosby for so long. So I'm like one of those people where it's like, A Different World was one of my favorite shows in the whole world, and The Cosby Show. So it is very difficult for a lot of people. So I think that at this point we do have to be sensitive, and I kind of with Dexter with the whole joke thing. I think we should stop that. It's not a funny situation in any regard.
I really don't have any problems with Cosby going to jail as far as the ageism goes. I mean, you did it. You didn't get caught for a long time. You got to live out your good years outside of prison, so you might as well live out your bad years in prison. I really don't feel any type of way or any sympathy because he's old. I think that's a reach. Bill, what do you think?
I don't feel bad that he's going to jail for what he's done. I'm just hoping that the justice system keeps the same energy for Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer, people a little less melanated.
Dex, did you have something to say?
No, I just I just don't like that narrative that you're using. Like, it's kind of like, you don't feel bad. This is to Bill. You don't feel bad for Bill Cosby. That's fine. Like, there's no issue with that. But I personally don't like to scroll through my timeline to be like, well, y'all did this to Bill, so you got to do it to this person, this person, this person. Like let these cases come and then let's reflect on them. But I don't like that this is becoming such a black and white thing.
Yeah. And so you're saying that they shouldn't go to jail?
No, I'm saying let's let those cases come up and let's talk about them then. I feel like we're talking about these cases now. It just takes away so much from what's actually going on. I think right now the discussion should be sexual assault. You know what I mean? This discussion should be this Me Too movement. We should be talking about stuff.
It absolutely is. But I mean, my question is, so they resign from their positions and that's the end of it?
Well, no. Well, you got to remember how long it took Bill Cosby to get to this point. That whole thing with Hannibal Buress happened 3.5, 4 years ago. And we're just now getting to Bill Cosby going to jail. So, I mean, it takes time. Harvey Weinstein just got popped earlier this year. So, I mean, it takes time. We just want him thrown in jail immediately?
For me, I just don't want to make it a race thing because I think it's a lot bigger than just being a black man versus white man type of thing. That's all I'm saying.
Because how long have we been talking about Bill Cosby on the show? Years, seasons. It's been ridiculous. So, it has taken its time.
Always going to play a factor in anything we do in America. Anything that happens in America, we're always going to look at if black people were treated the same way as white people with the same crimes. It's just woven into the fabric of the justice system. You're never going to have a case, and people always say, well, let's keep race out of it. But we're never going to have a case where we're going to be able to keep race out of it until we're seeing the same sentences for the same crimes, no matter what color you are. So I do see why people want to bring race into it, and I don't want to necessarily shut down people with that narrative, because it is a viable narrative. But I understand also we don't want to take away from the fact that there are victims in these cases as well. So I just think all matters of discussion should be on the table, because there are multiple. We're reaching for multiple justices. Justice for colorism, justice for sexism, justice for all those things. And I don't think we should be taking things off the table. But I also don't think we should say, oh, well, are they going to treat this person like that? But we should be looking at everything and trying to get justice in every aspect, in my opinion.
Look, I'm a huge fan of Cosby. I'm a huge fan of the Cosby Show. I still try to watch it occasionally. It's kind of hard, but it's just come to a point where I feel the same way with R. Kelly. It's come to a point where you've gotten away with so much, and you haven't paid a single price for it. And I'm sick of people getting away with stuff. So when people go to jail and stuff like that, I don't feel a sense of shame or sadness. I feel sad that Bill Cosby's probably not going to make it out of jail. And Bill Cosby had a legendary reputation that I grew up admiring. But that was all a farce. And I can't just sit here and dwell on that. I feel like I have to move on from Bill Cosby. All right, let's move on to a different.
Y'all feel hoodwinked? Y'all feel bamboozled by that?
No. I mean, I feel like I can't trust anything that happens nowadays. So I'm kind of used to it.
People are always full of shit. That's how life is. I'm not.
Look at America. They elected Donald Trump. So yeah, the majority of America is full of shit.
I'm not surprised. People are always full of shit. That's how people
All right, let's move on. Is Katt Williams just trying to get back on? Last week, we reported to you something that happened with Katt Williams and on that Frank and Wanda show, where he was talking about a number of things, and he also brought up Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish's name.
You get Kevin Hart, Lil Rel, Gerard Carmichael, all in a row, Hannibal Buress, just dudes that no woman would talk to in Lenox Mall, let alone you making them movie stars. Why? Because you know ain't nobody gonna sleep with them. You only got Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour to nobody.
So that kind of lit up the internet, and Kevin Hart heard about it, and he went on the Breakfast Club and ended up with Tiffany Haddish, by the way, and ended up speaking about it. So this is what he had to say.
My frustration with Katt Williams comes from you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy. Yeah. You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian, and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lou Nell. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are.
One of the people he mentioned in that little rant was Leslie Jones, who was under Katt Williams in print at one point. And Leslie Jones spoke to Gossip.com, and this is what she had to say when asked about the whole feud. Real talk, both of them niggas need to keep my name out their mouth unless they're using it to eat my... Real talk.
Sir.
None of those niggas put me on or any woman. While he talking about Katt, what did he do to put women on? He didn't help any females that they wasn't on his tour. F that N-word. At least Katt Williams put me on his tour. Kevin could have put me on a long time ago, but he never respected me or my comedy. And trust I can call his card, and he know I can. Both Kevin and Katt was the same to women like all these niggas in the game. Shitty and still is. Women have never had it good. At least Katt put women on his tours or shows. How many shows back in the day didn't have a woman on them? Kevin, that mother effer told me one time I would never make it. Sis wasn't done yet. So basically, she told him stick to comedy and leave her name out of their mouths. Guys, do you think Katt Williams is just baiting Kevin Hart and all these other big comics just so he can get his name back in the papers? Because he did the same thing with Steve Harvey back in the early 2000s, if you recall. He lured Steve in. Steve mentioned his name, and Katt Williams blew up. So you think he's trying to do the same thing, or do you think he really has a problem that Monique and people aren't being recognized that are actually funny?
I think Katt is just speaking his mind at this point. Like, I think he's gotten to the point where he's been in the game for quite some time, and then like things are changing. Like the way he entered the game, like you had to do the comedy specials and you had to do like, the tours and all that kind of stuff like that. Whereas now, like Tiffany Haddish didn't do that. She did some TV shows and then she did a movie, and that's how she became like Tiffany Haddish. You know what I mean? Like, and I think he might be a little frustrated that back in the day, he's kind of one of those back in the day guys. Like I had to do this, and all you had to do was this. And I think he might be a little salty about that, which, I mean, I guess I can kind of understand, but at the same time, I don't agree with him. Also, I don't agree with the involvement of Kevin Hart here. I feel like Kevin Hart in this situation is somewhat of like a bully, because like you go on this radio show and you speak ill of this guy, of Katt Williams, but you're not doing anything outside of that. Like yes, you put Tiffany Haddish in a movie, but you didn't put her in movies with you until Girls Trip popped off. Like you weren't putting Tiffany Haddish that no one knew in a movie. You're putting the Tiffany Haddish that everybody knows in a movie. So you're really just trying to capitalize on what she's already accomplished herself. I also think if Kevin really had an issue with Katt Williams and he wanted to get it resolved, I think he would have maybe given him a call. I'm sure he's free. He's nothing else to do. So I'm sure he would have given Kevin a conversation, and I think that's the way this should have been handled. I question Kevin Hart's motives with this whole movement.
Yeah, I don't know. It did have like an element of like kind of like fakeness. Like he was trying to put himself as this person. I'm like, if you do I don't like to talk about people's responsibility and doing those things. Like I like to focus on my own life and the actions that I've taken over the years. And if I have any right to stand up and tell someone about what they did or did not do with their life, and I don't think Kevin Hart is in a position to do that. Like, are you putting a whole bunch of people on? Are you doing these things that you're asking Katt Williams to do? Obviously not, because the people's names that you mentioned responded and said that you were not doing those things. And Dex is right. You didn't put Tiffany Haddish on. You guys are capitalizing off of each other because Kevin Hart's been a little less favorable over a little bit of time. Now, like mixed with Tiffany Haddish, they're coming out with something. And I don't think that you were necessarily putting her on. So don't act like you're pulling her up. Somebody was going to put her in a movie. You're just capitalizing off of it.
Also, in that same interview, which I thought was baffling when they said, like, why didn't Katt get it? Like, for Kevin to say he chose drugs, to me in 2018 to say something like that is just so insensitive. Like I'm floored that he would say that. Also, in that same interview, he decided to say, like, I'm the biggest comedic star in the world on an international level. I don't really understand how that builds anybody else up when you're talking like that and behaving like that.
No, the reason he said that, the reason he pulled the I'm the biggest star in comedy is because Katt Williams said that he sold 2.4 million tickets, and that's why he was offered $2.4 million by Netflix. And Kevin Hart said, you don't sell that many tickets. I don't even sell that many tickets. I'm the biggest star in the world. That's what he was saying.
I understand what the context was. I don't think that was necessary, though.
But he's saying there's no way. He's saying your numbers are lying. You're lying because he said you would be doing Beyonce and Jay-Z numbers. You would be doing Justin Bieber numbers. You would be doing Kevin Hart numbers. He said, I don't see you anywhere on the Forbes list. So how are you doing these numbers? So he's just calling him out on his lie. I think that's fair.
You can call me out on my lies all day long or say what you think might be
to bring receipts.
But to come and say, I'm the biggest star on the international level while you're calling yourself building somebody else up, that's not building.
Where's the lie, though? He is the biggest star. Like, where's the lie?
Okay.
I mean, did he lie? Is he wrong? I mean,
it's not about telling the truth or lying. It's really about showing some type of humility. And I think making statements like that, it doesn't show that.
Well, he prefaced the whole interview by saying, I'm not going to be humble today. Well, he did start off by saying that. So he gave us some warning.
Oh, so that excuses it. Got it.
Good. Cool. Moving on. Jermaine Dupri and Lil Bow Wow have come at odds also on the Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club been a lot of time this morning, like they sponsored the show or something. Did JD's comments help or hurt Bow Wow? So here's what Jermaine Dupri had to say on the Breakfast Club when they asked him about his current relationship with Lil Bow Wow.
I don't even be following Bow Wow, by the way.
You don't follow Bow Wow?
He's not blocked though. He's not blocked.
Why? For what? I mean, how long have I been dealing with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been every day of my life since he was 12 years old. Bow Wow's been the same. The dude used to come on my bus and steal my jewelry, like everything. He's been doing this.
Steal your jewelry, like
when we was on tour. When he was
Right.
12, I had my jewelry laid on my bus. He'll come off his bus and steal my jewelry and take my jewelry and run on his bus. His bus be gone. I have to wait to get my jewelry. Like, he's been doing that crazy stuff to me. But like, it don't even feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
What that sound like?
Antics.
So he said a lot of his antics were due to drugs.
Really?
Yeah,
He said it on
Instagram.
Twitter. Yeah, really?
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't be following
He
that
really
shit.
doesn't
I'm a
follow-
smart person, right? I have never seen Bow Wow do no drugs around me. And Bow Wow's never been to jail. Bow Wow ain't never got no cases beating on no women. Nothing.
So Bow Wow responded with a caption from Sydney, Australia. Apparently he was in.
Girl. Did he take that jet to get there?
You think that was a Bow Wow challenge? He was in Sydney, Australia when he commented on Instagram, tell me how you really feel. He also put the following messages on Twitter. 2 types of people I never met in my life, a mother effer like me or a mother effer I need. He also alerted his fans that he will not be at the So So Def tour, SSD 25. He said, "I won't be there, so don't look for him at the next So Death
looking for him there.
concert." Well,
We didn't
he's
know that was
the headliner, of course. You know, he's the headliner.
Were we looking for anyone that I didn't even know that was happening?
It's not like
So
a
do you-
bad boy.
Do you think that Jermaine Dupri's comments help or hurt Bow Wow?
I don't think they do either. Like, what were his comments? They weren't.
Well, he basically said that Bow Wow's
I
basically.
think Jermaine Dupri's comments were asinine. I think they were very stupid. I'm 100% on Bow Wow's side here.
Wow.
You don't. Why do you go? Why are you going
on
on
Bow Wow's side?
Why? Because Jermaine Dupri literally went on the show and said Bow Wow used to steal from me. I don't follow him now. I don't pay this man any attention whatsoever. Like, you're trashing his image. You're trying to make him look crazy and make him look stupid or whatever. And then Bow Wow responds like, "No, I'm not going to be on the tour. So guess what? Have fun selling out that tour with them franchise boys and Jagged Edge and Escape and Anthony Hamilton.
Why you reading Wikipedia? You reading Wikipedia?
And the Brat. Go ahead, sell the tour out with those people. Bow Wow is the biggest artist that would have been on that stage, bar none." And that's a fact. So
the Brat is on Ricky Smiley morning show every morning. So she got national stage.
Come on,
she's on Ricky Smiley show. That has nothing to do with the studio. Name two Brat songs.
The Brat song.
Today's
Funkified.
Today's one hit wonder day. Hook Brat up.
What are the songs, Jason?
Funkified.
Sing the chorus.
Don't you ever get so
good enough? That's enough.
All right, now what's the other one?
That Ladies' Night song she had with Angie Martinez.
That does not count as the Brat song.
That counts. That counts.
One verse on that. That is not her song.
That was her song. It was a remix. It was her song.
Featured on the song.
No, it was her song. Everyone else was featured on it. It was her song.
She sounded like she was featured on it, and barely.
I think Lil Kim was on that song. Nobody's worried about the Brat.
I think that was Lil Kim's song. And the
I thought that was Lil Kim and
that was Lil Kim's song.
It was on both their albums. Look, moving on. The Brat is a star, so don't try Brat.
The Brat is a star, but she'll be opening up this show.
He fell out that tour though.
Here's the thing. Here's my issue. Jermaine Dupri is talking about how Bow Wow used to steal from him. He's been stealing money from all these people all these years. So somebody finally caught up with him. What's the problem?
Well, he ain't get much. He ain't ready to rock with it.
I feel like Jagged Edge has more hits than Bow Wow.
No, I like Jagged Edge. I'm not gonna hate.
Bow Wow's still more relevant than they are.
I think Jagged Edge, if anything, Jagged Edge is going to be what sells the tour. I mean, without Bow Wow.
Who is like, I got it? Ty, please. Who is like, I gotta save up my money? It's Jagged Edge.
Can you imagine, like, if Jagged Edge came to town, I didn't have anything to do, and then people were like, "Oh, we're all going to the Jagged Edge show."
I'll say who else is performing with them?
And they were like $25. I would go to the Jagged Edge. Why wouldn't you?
$25.
Absolutely not. I'll be like, why?
No, I'm good.
You wouldn't come to the show with me?
Completely.
Absolutely not.
Two men going to a Jagged Edge concert? How stupid does that look?
I'll say, who are they opening up for? Like, who are they opening up for? Like, who's the? Because they're gonna come. Shows started like 5 o'clock. Whatever.
Like, do you remember the Beyonce concert? It was super inconvenient. You couldn't park anywhere. Like this concert, you have parking.
They're gonna be ghetto as hell.
There will be.
It's gonna be some ghetto girls up in there, man. I'm gonna tell you. It's gonna be some hairdos.
You probably get a ticket all the way in the front just for your $25 or $30. You probably get to meet them backstage. I mean, I think it would be fun.
Yes and no for me.
Jagged Edge have concerts where Uber is not available to a bunch of hood rats. So, you might better make sure the taxis run that way because you might get stuck. All right, what are the odds?
Young hood rats at this point.
Right. What are the odds Migos makes it on stage? And what I'm talking about, Maroon 5 was announced, rumored, I should say, to host the Super Bowl, a halftime show. And you know what I'm saying? People were kind of pissed. A lot of reaction on Twitter, including this one. You might like Dex. A little Y2J love right there. A brief list of musicians more fitting for Atlanta Super Bowl than Maroon 5. And in the picture, they have Chris Jericho, for the podcast listeners, holding a ream of paper. Someone else said Atlanta, home of Outkast, T.I., Future, Ludacris, Usher, etc. Gets Maroon 5 to play the damn Super Bowl. Maroon 5, with all the artists from Atlanta that are 100 times better, somebody on the Super Bowl entertainment booking staff needs to be relieved of all duties pronto. So
all duties.
all duties. My personal favorite was this lineup that someone gave us. We need an all-time ATL halftime with Future, Young Thug, Migos, Gunna, Lil Baby, Playboy Cardi, and 21 Savage. Could you imagine?
That would be ratchet. That'd probably be a fun time. Though.
Ain't have the first. I don't want y'all to think that they putting all them coons on those Super Bowl.
That would be so ratchet, but I think that would be a good time.
Acting a fool, talk about that devil's grass and that nose candy that they all like. Not happening. Ain't happening.
So do you think Migos? Oh, sorry. Before I do that, the NFL has come out and they have said that is a rumor that Maroon 5 is hosting the halftime show. It is a Super Bowl tradition to speculate about the performers for the halftime show. We are continuing to work with Pepsi on our plans, but do not have any announcements to make on what will be another epic show. So they haven't confirmed it, but it's starting to leak out. Guys, do you think the Migos has a shot to make it on stage for the Super Bowl?
Can you answer my question?
Yeah.
Are you eating?
I am.
Like during the podcast, like during the show, you're eating.
This is nasty. What is going on?
Anyway, I don't think the Migos have an opportunity to make it onto the stage. Prayerfully, Cardi doesn't either. You know,
you just nasty tonight. Look at you.
Maroon 5.
You shaved your underarms this morning.
Oh, nasty little bit, don't you?
Maroon 5 performing at the Super Bowl actually makes sense to me. I think they're a good group. I think they're a good performers. They're topping charts currently, unlike the list of people that they named that should be there from Atlanta. I think it's a great time, and I think they're PG friendly, and I think it'll be a good show.
Migos is topping charts, so don't try that.
I think Maroon. Go ahead, Will.
So I'm going to say I like Maroon 5 simply because PJ Morton is a part of Maroon 5.
Name 3 of their songs, Will.
I can name you one.
No, I want 3. You like them.
I can name 3 Maroon 5 songs.
Okay, no, but Will said he likes them, so I would like to have 3 songs.
Oh,
Dex, why you being so nasty?
He is real aggressive tonight. What's happening?
You don't know those songs. Got it.
Like a shark. He been on Patty and Millennials trying to give it to everybody. What's wrong with him?
Don't know how to act.
He's trying to get kicked out this show. Be free to do his other show without Bill. That's what he's trying to do. Get yourself out of here.
We don't need spice enough. That's that other show. We don't need no spice. We good.
Look, they fired me. I guess I'm free. I'm gonna ask not to come back. Sorry.
No, because the only reason I say this is because like I've been having this conversation with people and they're like, Maroon 5 is trash. And I'm like, really? Name some of their songs. And they're like, I don't know their songs or whatever. And it's just like, I just hate when people do that. And they're like, and I'm not saying you did this, Will, but I just hate when people like discredit someone or disregard someone when in the meantime, they actually do know the songs. Like they've been, I hate this word, but they've been bopping to the song for years, but they don't really know who it is. So stop like disregarding stuff and just like let it go. That's the only reason why I said that.
Just be free.
I don't have a concern with Maroon 5 during the Super Bowl, but I guess they wanted more Atlanta people. I think Maroon 5 is fine. I think they always go with like a safe route.
But yeah, they never make it regional. Like I don't understand where this whole regional thing came from. Like because the Super Bowl is in Atlanta, they have to have an Atlanta artist. Or when Super Bowl was in New York, yeah, they had Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, but they had also had a number one. They didn't host a halftime show number one, and they had a number one song on the charts when Alicia Keys sang the national anthem. So they didn't even do halftime shows.
And she tried, poor baby.
She definitely did. It was a struggle.
Struggle.
So, do you guys think Migos is going to make it up there? That's my question.
No, I do think Cardi B will make it, though.
You think Cardi's going to make it?
Yeah, I do. Because she has a song with Maroon 5.
I know, but after Janet Jackson, you think they're going, okay, we'll see. We'll see. That'll definitely be a change of things.
They'll probably sneak Cardi on that stage, and the officials will be going wild when she walks out there. Who the heck allowed this? Go to commercial. Go to commercial.
Hit the top button. All right. Racist segment of the show where we expose the racists.
Ooh.
All right, so this is a guy who apparently thought that people weren't allowed to take pictures in public spaces. So he was
Definitely
He
racist.
So these women were trying to take pictures in front of the scenery, and the guy came out and said he was the owner of the property or something like that when he actually wasn't. And he attempted to stand in their pictures and photobomb every picture that they took. So here's a conversation that they had.
I feel like I need to call the police. Seriously.
Sir, guys, this is permit model. He is blocking our model while we were trying to shoot. Can you go get your paperwork, sir? We don't believe you.
I don't care whether you're trespassing.
Okay, well, this
No,
is
you're
my
trespassing.
property. This is my property, so I'm asking you to leave.
I'm going to just be in your picture.
That's fine. We can all. It could be a group shot.
Let's do it.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Look at the standing back there.
I can't believe you, permit model. Look at this permit model right here, guys.
No, we're not good.
Look at this permit model. You need to go
Who
get
did
shot.
this cut?
Already busting them people
bang.
apart and then saying you didn't know it was yours.
That belly is sitting in the way.
It's because you're acting like you game goofy. That's why.
Yes. Who are you?
Let's just go to the street.
Yes, who are you? I love it. That little bang was swept to the side, wasn't it? He wasn't letting them girls take no pictures.
We're gonna have to post this on the Road Talk story, but the guy has the I need to speak to your manager haircut.
I need to see your manager hair.
While carrying a green purse, or what do you call them?
Merce.
Clutch, carrying a green clutch.
Oh, mercy.
Merce.
Penis boy, I tell you.
Do you think it was racist?
No, I feel like he would have done that to anybody because he wants attention. Like he wants attention. That's what he wants.
He want people to see that new bob he got.
That bob was snatched, wasn't it? All right, that was racist. Time for Q&A. We can make a good time tonight, guys. Top. We can do 2 questions.
Q&A. Are we doing the internet ones first?
Do we have any internet ones? I didn't get any.
Yeah. You people didn't want to play our game, huh?
Guess not. One hit wonder, huh?
I kind of like that. I kind of got in love with the idea, and then damn, no one sends us anything. Perfect.
Y'all gotta stop being lazy and send us some questions. Like we give y'all a show for free. Like seriously, like none of us over here getting paid for this. So we give y'all a free show every week. The least y'all can do is send us a 30-word question.
Like seriously, have some issues in your lives and let us help you with them.
Yeah, or just have a question.
No,
like
we know y'all got issues. How about you write them to us? We know.
Exactly. You don't gotta hide, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
You ain't got to lie.
All right. So topic number 1. Penal concerns.
Penal.
That's very exciting. Topic number 2. Perping private.
I think we should do that.
That was interesting. And topic number 3, work husband. We had to take one out. We apologize.
I'm definitely not doing number 1 because I don't want to discuss nobody's private area.
That one actually is not as bad as you think. Jason named it weird, but it's not like.
Of course.
But it would be the first time we discussed penises on the show.
Yeah, but I think I want to, for my brand, I think that I would prefer not to discuss this.
I actually do want to do that one because
it's definitely been a couple of seasons. It's definitely been a couple. Our earlier seasons was wild. Like I had to take all them YouTube videos down.
Nobody be able to work nowhere.
Well, you can't work from the stuff you said last season. So, like, I like topic number 4.
We don't have no 4. We only got 3.
Well, that definitely says 4 there. So.
Oh.
I said we had to take one down. Did you hear I said that?
I know what you meant.
Let's do 1 and 4.
Okay.
No, we gotta do 2.
Oh, well, look,
let's do 2 and 4.
Oh, wait, I wanted to do 1.
You want to do 1? But 2 is good. 2 is relation to Bill. I want to hear what Bill's opinion is.
Okay, but whatever.
All right, let's do 2. Let's do 1 and 2. We don't need 4.
We really don't need 4.
1 and 2. Here we go. Number 2.
I mean, there's no 4. It's 3.
Yeah.
This wasn't just for him.
Yeah, this is for Bill. Go ahead, Bill. Read it. Oh, Ty, you can read it, or Bill, somebody read it.
Bill, you read it since they wrote directly to you.
Since Bill is now in the military, it reminded me of this. Okay. My stepfather died in January, and I considered him more of a. Hold on, I'm gonna have to.
Maybe you should read it because Will's connection.
Yeah, you read it.
My stepfather died in January. I considered him more of a dad than my biological father, who left more than 30 years ago. I think that's funny, but people are always leaving their children. While helping my mom sort through paperwork, we noticed that we could not find the appropriate documentation for his military service. We wanted it to secure a service plaque that you see on grave markers. My stepfather fought in Vietnam and been wounded there. I contacted Veteran Affairs, the school he said he attended on the GI Bill, and enlisted the assistance of our U.S. Senator's office, all to no avail. Yeah, that's a little shaky, right? My stepbrother, his biological son, also did research at the National Archives. We both discovered that while our father was in the reserves, it appears that he never served in Vietnam. Of course, I feel it was an extraordinarily bad taste to lie about it. However, I chose to continue to think about my dad in a positive light, as he accomplished much in his life and saw to his responsibilities, including taking care of my mom, me, and my brother who has special needs. I gently told my mom about what my stepbrother and I discovered. She said she is going back to the VA to have them try another search. I think it's
search all day.
Search all over. I think it's normal that she would want to exhaust every resource in her guess, I guess it says.
Quest.
I'm sorry, quest. I don't know how I messed that word up. Quest to prove his story. But I'm afraid that she's ultimately going to come to terms with the fact that he told people a lie. Do you think that I should sit down with my mom to tell her the facts face to face, or let her continue on her apparent wild goose chase and research the realization in her own and realize the realization in her own time? Reach the realization. I can't mess it up bad. So anywho, should he talk to mom, or should he let her just kind of continue? William, I guess you can answer that first.
So here's the thing. I am only in the reserves. Like I haven't fought in any wars. I haven't gone overseas. I'm not in Korea. I wasn't in Vietnam, nothing like that.
He didn't either.
But we in the same boat. I think you should tell your mom, but if she wants to continue on her search, because that's obviously, it's obvious that she's having a hard time grappling and coming to terms with the fact
Girl, get over it. He wasn't in the army, so what?
What he said he did. He was in the reserves, but he never went to war.
So what?
He's dead now, and this plaque isn't happening. If mom wants to search, go right ahead and search.
Let that go.
I would just let her search. I think what he did by gently telling her was what he discovered was more than enough. Because I don't even think I would have did that much. I was like, mom, couldn't find nothing. But couldn't
find nothing nowhere.
Is more than enough. If she wants to go back and double check, she probably retired or something. Who cares? She probably has the time.
Got nothing to do.
Let her keep right on searching.
Anything to add, Dex?
No, I think we summed it up perfectly.
All right, number one, penile concerns. Let's go.
Oh God, this one's short. It's not bad. I've recently become engaged to my long time boyfriend. I'm mixed, Black and Japanese. This will matter later. Whenever the topic of children came up, he would insist he only wanted girls because his siblings were all brothers. So another male in the family would be boring. Last week, however, he forwarded me an email from his brother, also his best man, with some information I needed for a wedding planning. But the email was part of a larger running conversation. I was mortified when I was nosy and going through his email.
He must be white.
No, they said Black and Japanese.
Oh, Black and Japanese.
The Japanese part was mortified. No, I'm kidding. I was mortified when I read his real reason for not wanting a son is that my Asian genes would mean his son would have a small package. My brother was bullied by other kids using this idiotic stereotype in high school. So I was incredibly angered, but I haven't said anything about what I read yet. He has begun asking why I am so distant lately, but I have no idea how to confront him.
Yikes! This is a doozy. I really do feel like
That's a valid concern, though, right? For a man, no.
I mean, I don't really think the size of your child's private area should matter to you.
You don't want a son because you're afraid that because he's
like, do you like what?
His penis might be small.
Like what? Huh?
I really do think though that you should know the maturity level of like your spouse and stuff like that before. I mean, your girlfriend, boyfriend, before you even get to that moment of getting engaged with each other. And I feel like you didn't know his maturity level, and like you're kind of stuck with this.
I'm the type of person that people really shouldn't ask me for advice, because apparently I'm very confrontational. Like I take everything head on. Like if I feel something, I'm going to say it. I'm going to deal with it head on. So I'm not going to hold on to something. Like if my rule is if I can't let it go in the next couple seconds, then I have to confront it. So I give myself about 60 seconds to see if I can let something go. And if I can't, you're going to hear about it.
I know you're right.
That's that. I have a 60-second rule. If I'm like, can I get over this? Nope, I'm going in.
Yeah, I feel like you just need to confront him about it because it's not going to go anywhere. You're going to be mad about it. You're going to think about it, especially when you have that kid. As soon as that kid pops up, your first eye is going to go somewhere it shouldn't go. And just because you're paranoid about what your husband or what your boyfriend's going to think about the baby.
And you're engaged.
So.
Yeah, I feel like you should just get over that and just live life. Not get over that, get over him, move on, and live life and find yourself someone who's a little bit more mature, because that's really childish, especially if you're trying to have a kid together. You need someone with much more maturity in your life.
So basically, find someone who doesn't care about the child's private area.
Exactly, who's not concerned.
My further issue is that y'all engaged. Like people... This is for all the viewers that write in. How y'all engaged? Y'all married? Y'all can't talk to each other about stuff. What kind of relationship y'all got? Who counseled y'all?
Well, I would hope they wouldn't be talking about it. I would hope that the boyfriend wouldn't feel comfortable talking to her about that.
As a shameless plug is I can do marriage counseling for the right price.
For the price? You can't be charged with
most people do it for free. So by all means, go to people who do it for free.
Koji does nothing for free. Right, Bill?
Shane.
You better put Church of God in cash.
Church of God in cash.
Jason, can you edit that part out?
I'm editing it in.
Guys. We can do it for free. Listen, if you want your marriage to be counseled by someone from Bro Talk, you come on see me. We'll do it.
Church of God in cash.
Counseled by me or Jason.
I'm certified.
We're actually married.
Come on. Come through.
I'm certified.
Okay.
We have a certification too. Just a time. If you guys have any questions, send them to brotalklive.com/questions or hit us up on our Instagram story sometime on Tuesday. All right. National One Hit Wonder Day is today. Did you guys know today was National One Hit Wonder Day?
Isn't it also National Daughter Day?
What'd you say?
Isn't that also National Daughter Day?
That was yesterday.
I think it was today. Okay, maybe it was yesterday.
I'm sad I didn't know. I have a daughter. But I know about National One Hit Wonder Day, so shout out to me. Shout out to Dex, actually, because he put me on this National One Hit Wonder Day. So we're going to play a game, and we're going to see if you can name the artist, name the one hit wonder in this category, all right?
An actual fun jizza.
Natural fun jizza. All right, here we go. I came up with the songs, so don't try my life. All right.
You guys did it together. Stop fighting with one another.
Here we go.
I ain't never scared.
So who guessed it first? You said it first, Dex?
Dexter, Bone Crusher, I ain't never scared.
Bone Crusher. All we need was the artist. Bone Crusher, one hit one. That was an easy one.
Dex, you're so nasty tonight. What's going on?
Bro,
yeah, people been texting me that too. Am I being like really bad?
You real
yeah,
bad.
You're not really nasty.
Real bad. You got a little attitude.
You got a nasty spirit on you tonight.
Spirit of nastiness. We pray against the spirit of nastiness on tonight.
We rebuke that thing.
All right, artist number 2. What's his name?
Now watch me now. Notario? Or like
Notario's like Terrio's actually trying to get a weight loss clinic. But Bill was right. Salento.
Oh. He's not a one-hit wonder.
He is. What other hits he had?
What other hit?
Let me know.
I'll come back to you, but he definitely has another song that was pretty big.
Doesn't. I can guarantee you that much. You find it and let me know. They did what? Top 40? It didn't do top 40. It didn't hit top 40. Moving on. All right, who was the artist on this song?
Chingy.
Work that back.
You said Chingy. That's not Chingy.
Chingy is not a one-hit wonder.
That's not Chingy.
Who is it?
That's not Chingy.
I said, who is it?
I still don't know.
See if you can remember it again. Let me play it.
I like that.
I don't remember the song or the artist. I
remember the song. I don't know the artist.
Song's about in 2003. Artist's name is Houston. This is what he looks like now.
Oh,
what done happened to him?
What done happened to him?
He must be on the heroin.
That was him with 2 eyes, and here's him with 1 eye.
Oh, Lord.
He must be part of that 1738.
1738. All right. What was the name of this trio?
City High.
City High. Come on, that was City High.
City High was a one-hit wonder?
That's all.
They're actually a 2-hit wonder. They had Caramel.
Yeah,
wait a minute. So wait.
Yeah, but I don't know if Caramel really tried it like that though.
Yeah, it did.
The guy that's in the middle is the same little boy that sang all the Simba's
From
parts
Sister
on Lion
Act,
King, and he's the little boy from Sister Act
No.
2.
No. That's not the same guy who was in Lion King. That's not Jason Weaver.
No, that's not Jason Weaver. Like Jason Weaver's on Chingy's One Call Away.
Yeah, that's the guy who was in Sister Act who did the
Sister Act 2.
That was him.
Oh, yeah, Sister. Either way, what a waste of talent.
And apparently Claudette, the one on the end, was engaged to the other guy on the end, and he was super abusive to her. So she left him and she quit music because of him. So
she had a baby by the other one. She had a baby by the one in the middle though. Like she was sleeping with both of them.
I don't know nothing about that, but
I did read that film.
Nasty.
What you think, huh?
That one in the back.
Blue Can't Sell?
Is that him?
Y'all don't know their names? What was the name of that group?
Was that Blue Can't Sell?
No, that wasn't Blue Can. That wasn't Blue Cantrell. That's 2 men. What you talking about?
It's a group. It's a group, and they used to come on Wire. They're called Southside. Like the Asian guy's name is Smiles, but the other guy's name is like Southside or something like that.
So their group is named Smiles and
Southside or something like that.
Smiles and South. Close. Smiles and South Star.
Okay.
Good guess, Dex. I'll give you a point for that. Good job. You earned that one. All right. I know you guys aren't going to get these 2, so here we go.
I feel like this was an inside job. How did that show up?
Let's go, y'all. Oh, say what? I hope you don't mind.
So
I always hear that song, and I have no idea who that artist is.
Everyone knows the song, but who is the one-hit wonder?
The artist is DJ Cool.
Did you look that up? You just looked that up.
I knew that because we use that for liners now at work.
Okay, yeah, you was right, DJ Cool.
I must be an old head now because that song get the party rocking. That thing.
All right, and last but not least, Dex, I'm surprised you got that. Dex, stop texting. You over here trying to cheat. Don't be cheating.
I'm not texting anybody. My phone is over here. I'm not texting anybody.
Noise, DC's in the house, jump, rejoices.
69 boys.
And yeah, shake the dairy, yeah.
Nope.
These 3 words when you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is.
69 boys?
Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Anyone else have a guess? It's not 69 boys. Anyone else have a guess? Ty, you got a guess?
What are those lyrics? They're not what I thought it was back in the day.
Definitely not what I thought it was.
You want me to play it again?
Are they saying whoop that ass?
No, whoop, there it is.
Okay, that's what I thought they were saying. I was saying it sounded different now.
Did say whoop? You thought I said whoop that ass?
No, that's what it sounded like just now, but that's what I thought it was. I have no idea who that is.
The name is Tag Team. And they had one of the greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Whoop, there it is. So that was the One Hit Wonder Report, National One Hit Wonder Day. Thank you for participating in another edition.
That's so
of Jizz Time.
Wonder, because it's like people see you all the time. They're like, "Hey," you're like, "I'm just like a regular dude. Like, don't bother me."
Like, yeah, I work at Costco. All right, speaking of Costco jobs, time for Dex's BS report. Give it to us.
All right, guys. All right. So the first story. So you know how we're doing this now. We're doing two truths and we're doing a lie. Okay. So first story. In St. Louis, they are doing something to increase customers at the Six Flags in St. Louis. They want people to come out for the Halloween holiday. So what they're doing is a competition where they're saying if you can lay in a coffin for 30 hours, we're going to give you $300 and free admission to the park. The only thing you have to do is lay in this coffin 30 hours. There's going to be 6 people chosen to do it, and whoever lasts the longest wins the opportunity to come in.
I would do that right now.
A coffin?
Yeah, why not?
The next story is there's a woman who she went to church for the first time in a long time, and she heard a lot of people talking about they want to see a higher power, they want to reach Jesus, they want to go to the other side. So she decided to start selling weed brownies because she figured this is the perfect way to help these people reach the other side. And my final story is Miley Cyrus. So we all know she's currently engaged to Liam Hemsworth, but they did break up for a spell. And when they broke up, Miley said like she found it very therapeutic to write in her journals, to write music, and to also cry. And she actually bottled up her tears, and she's selling her tears now. And they're going for currently $12,000. What's the truth and what's a lie?
That Miley Cyrus story gotta be a lie. Ain't nobody buying no Miley Cyrus tears for no goddamn $12,000.
Buy Miley Cyrus.
What was the first story you said, Dex?
The first story was the coffins at Six Flags, where they're offering $300 if you could spend 30 hours in a coffin.
And the second story is second story.
That's a lie. The other 2 stories are true.
What's the second story?
Then the second story was the
girl selling weed brownies at church.
Oh, the second story was about the woman who was selling weed in church. Edibles, actually, in church.
I can see that. Yeah, I think that third story, Miley Cyrus's tears selling for $12,000. I can't believe that.
So I think the last two, the weed brownies and Miley Cyrus, the Miley Cyrus is real, and the coffin is fake.
Six Flags is truth. I saw that article, so I think that's truth.
Ty, what do you think?
I believe the first story and the last story.
Oh, damn, we all got 3 different ones.
So, Jason, you think the Miley Cyrus
story? I'm 3, Ty is 2, and Bill is 1.
Okay. Jason is right on this one. It is barely, though. It's not Miley Cyrus whose tears are selling for $12,000. It's her sister Noah Cyrus's tears that are selling for $12,000.
Oh, bitch. We don't even know who that is. Like, girl, Noah Cyrus is selling her tears?
Somebody knows who she is because they're trying to pay for these tears.
Oh. Who is that, though?
Huh?
Who is that?
That's her
Miley
sister.
Cyrus'
She's like this little star. She was dating that little peep guy who looked like a Ghostbuster. He was like one of them ghosts from Ghostbusters.
Her sister, like a complete nobody.
And she looked like Casper the ghost.
She sings and everything now too. Like she has like a song or something.
If you call it that.
I'm about to say. Let's not get loose with
She's a pop star. Yeah, she's definitely a pop star. She'd be up. She's a new hot girl. I don't know why, but yeah. That's who she is.
I gotta look. I never heard of her before.
She's like giving Avril Lavigne tease. I guess that's what they call it.
And you can keep that. Hey, you! I don't think you like me.
Back in the day,
it's not as attractive as Miley Cyrus, but
don't do that. Don't put women against each other.
But yeah, I'm not going to compare. But shout out to her though. Hope she continues in her quest to take over the world and gets a pop success.
And keep on crying.
Sell them tears, girl. More money than I can get for my damn tears. I can't even get a care for my damn
I don't
tears.
think anyone would pay any amount of money for my tears. So
You
My
can
tears don't
buy
even count.
tears up.
People don't care about my tears.
if anyone pays me attention, that will be something new.
Time for seats, Bill.
It is now time for the segment of the show where we see the people who've aggravated us this week. In this episode of Seats, who would like to begin?
I
don't have
been
one.
aggravated this week.
I haven't.
So
You don't have seats?
I actually have 2 seats for this week. My first seat, it's funny because Jason put up the post that I made about Bill Cosby going to jail and how I wouldn't like that or whatever. And people like responded to my message on Facebook, on Instagram, and decided to try to like go off of me or whatever. Anytime I post something, it's what I think. So like there's no going back and forth with me because like if I post it, that's what I think, that's what I'm gonna go by. You're not changing anything over here. So don't try. That was the one. And then people are like really mad because like either I would say something back or I wouldn't respond at all. My second seat is going to go to Marion. Marion's a big supporter of the show. We love Marion. However, earlier today she texted me and she said, "I'm really excited for the show because I love seats, I love Jizza Time, and I really like the questions and the racist." You can't be watching the show and not like the BS report because really that is the show. Just saying.
Oh, girl.
And my final seat is going to go to my bros. Guys, if you're out here and a woman walks past you and there's cameras and stuff around, maybe you shouldn't stare at her in ways that are a little suggestive. That's just a bit inappropriate. And also, like, when the picture is taken, you look stupid staring down at this woman while she's working. It's inappropriate. It's not okay. And some people are married and their husbands can beat your ass. Like, you really shouldn't do stuff like that.
What are you referencing?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Stuff happens.
Oh.
I'll share with you after the show.
Oh, one of your bros got cut. That's terrible.
Not one of my friends. My friends would never. I say bros is like men in general.
Got you. I thought you were
Especially in
talking
this
about
Me Too movement, you don't do stuff like that.
Absolutely not. Also, I apologize for North Cyrus. I didn't mean to say you're unattractive. You're just not attractive to me, but that doesn't matter. So, Ty, go ahead.
Or
I'm
anybody
sorry.
else.
Without seats. Yeah.
You're without seats.
Well,
Bill, do you have a seat?
I am not without seat. I definitely have a seat. My seat is going to go yet again to T-Mobile.
Oh God.
So on September the 14th, I decided to pre-order an iPhone XS Max, an iPhone XS
10s.
They're not
Yes,
calling
it
it
is
10.
They are calling it the 10s. That's what it is. It's not X. They don't say X. 10s.
Definitely heard XS, but whatever.
No,
and
you
the
read
Series
XS.
4 Apple Watch. T-Mobile decides they want to charge me for one phone and not order the second phone. So I had to go through this long saga. I mean, like, I was on the phone with them every single day for the mistake they made. And I mean, they made the mistake. And so I had to string together, like, usually when I lay them out, like, I lay them out with one, like, I have a line, a baseline of language that I use for T-Mobile and Comcast. And it usually drives the point home. But this time, because it was a pre-order for a new phone release, I had to reach way down in my heavenly language and find new words.
Was you speaking in tongues?
I mean, in heavenly language, you hear? I had to string together, I mean, just new sentence phrases.
You seem to always have problems with technology companies. Could it be that you're not paying your bills?
I pay my bills. Checks cashed and cleared.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there. Just
are you getting the necessary upgrades to keep up with the latest technology?
Absolutely. And let me inform you that by the end of the conversation, because I had to go onto the Twitter to go off on them, and by the time I was finished, they ended up paying me.
Oh.
Okay, so I got I got the phone for free.
Bill, Ty, you don't believe? Ty, what's wrong? You don't believe?
You know he's lying.
Listen.
I mean, the phone didn't come free. That's for sure.
Yeah, Bill, we not believe that you got
Not
the phone.
only did it not,
They didn't give you $900 off. Like, come on.
they sent it next day air, and
So
they
they-
paid for the shipping.
So they gave you $1,500 for your inconvenience.
These people do not care about.
I only paid for one phone and the Apple Watch.
And they gave you the second phone for free?
You better, because they didn't order it. they neglected to do it.
Okay.
Like it's
look,
like cursing me out. Like it's like, oh, you're cursing. I don't care.
Look, as long as you got your phones, that's all that matters, right?
That's because you ain't cursing good.
I don't intend to.
You got to curse like Lily used to.
That's not my way.
All right, don't forget, like, subscribe,
Wait,
tell
no,
a friend,
you didn't see the girl from the Jamie Foxx show.
and comment. You want to give a seat to Fancy? Why you want to give a seat to Fancy?
Look,
I like Fancy, and I feel like first of all,
say her
Fancy
real
was
name.
the first Garcielle Bouveau or whatever her name is. She was the first woman that I ever saw in a sitcom that I was like that was older than me, that I was like, damn, she's fine. So shout out to Fancy, because she's been a legend for many, many
You didn't watch
years.
Baywatch?
No, I didn't watch Baywatch. Well, Baywatch, Pamela Anderson, I knew that didn't really tickle my fancy.
I would tickle mine. So I grew up.
You was tickled? You was tickled, Dex?
Ooh, that's what they do out there. Okay, let's go to the beach. But anyway, she needs to be seated. Garcelle Bouvet needs to be seated because today's Will Smith's 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Will. And she posted a picture of him and her kissing, like from a movie or still or whatever. And she's like, kisses for the birthday boy. That's wildly inappropriate. This man is married. You do not do stuff like that.
He's been married for like years. And look, she already know that Jada and him have little open relationships, and they be.
We don't even know that, so we can't say she knows.
They admitted it. What are you talking about? So
they never admitted that.
They admitted it. So you know, what I'm saying, she just trying to get in the house. So I don't blame her.
I'm admitting because we have a disagreement here.
They never admitted that. He's lying. Pull the receipt then.
Sources have reported.
Okay, Donald. People are saying
sources have reported previously that those things have happened.
Know what they say.
So yeah, I'm not gonna say whether or not the truth, but the allegations are that reportedly Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith do not have a closed relationship. But that's neither here nor there for me to say. So let's move on. Don't forget, like, subscribe, tell a friend about the show, and leave us a comment. We like reading your comments because that helps morph the show into what you want it to be. I said you, and in a very Baltimore connotation. Brought out that U, that W.
No, so y'all can keep them regionalisms.
This week's Bro Talk Live Social Circle, Volume 2. The criteria this week for the Social Circle was Music Monday voters. So shout out to everyone who voted on Music Monday. These are all the people who voted on all the songs. We appreciate you guys. If you see your name up there, just know that you're loved, and we appreciate everything that you do when you interact with us. If you're not on the list, make sure that you just interact with us, because you never know what the criteria will be for next week. It might be Women Crush Wednesday. It might be Throwback Thursday participation. Might be Q&A Sunday. So who knows? But you want to make the Bro Talk Live Social Circle Volume 3 next week. Bro Talk, always on the mark. Do you guys have any shout outs to give? Dex, you good?
Just shout out to everybody who's watching the show. We really appreciate it.
We love you guys. Ty, you good?
All is well.
All is well. Ty, can you never mind, it's still shiny. I was about to say might need to gloss up that little background, but it's still shiny. So shout out to you.
I have a different computer today. I didn't feel like going to get the other one.
Bill, did you go to Temple Dental School? Why do you have that hat on?
He said last week his friend graduated from there.
Best friend graduated from there. We're very proud of Chuck.
Did I miss that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did say it, so I guess you weren't paying attention.
I totally missed that. It went right over my head. All right, shows I don't listen to my cast. For Ty, for Dex, for Bill, this has been another edition of Bro Talk Live. My name is Jason. You guys have a wonderful week. We will see you tomorrow for Women Crush Wednesday, sponsored by Dex. Have a good week.